And good morning, Minecrafters. This is Mr. Kassarian, and welcome to another episode of Industrial Rotation. Okay, guys, episode 35. Alright, so today we're going to get started with a new mod. Well, not really new, but new-ish. Let's say new-ish, okay? Newish sounds like a good description of it. Put that away. We won't use that today. Alright, so what we're going to do today is we're going to be working with Gendustry, alright? Gendustry is a mod that is actually really cool. Basically what it allows you to do is it allows you to force mutations amongst bees, alright? So it allows us to basically tell the bees, you're going to do X, and you're going to do Y, okay? So it's going to make my life a little bit easier and make it a little bit less of a pain in the neck to do bee breeding, which to me sounds absolutely fantastic. So let's look at the first thing we are going to need, alright? We're going to need a mutagen producer. And a lot of this stuff is going to require the same components, okay? Power modules, sturdy casings, bronze gears, etc. So a lot of this stuff we can code into our ME system. Right? Right. Now let's get some blank patterns going. And we're missing glass, of course. So we need to teach our system. Now, soon enough, that's not going to be an issue because I'm still working on that factory over there. I'll confess, I've been playing games other than Minecraft quite a bit, namely Ark. Yep, been playing quite a bit of Ark. Ark and I are, becoming very, very good friends very, very quickly. As soon as I make some friends with some dinosaurs. I mean, come on, guys. A game where you can ride a dinosaur. Really, ride a dinosaur. Tame and ride a dinosaur. I'm sorry. There's some really cool features they're announcing. Okay, so what were we doing? Right. Blank patterns. There we go. All right, so let's start encoding now, shall we? So if we look at the mutagen producer, the first thing we're going to need is one of these sturdy casings. So let's encode that out, all right? We're also going to need these power modules, all right, which require a lot of bronze gears, okay? Now I can do forestry bronze gears, but those have more crafting steps. I'd rather encode that, okay? Which is the recipe from Thermal Foundation, which just uses an iron ingot. So there are a few crafting steps to it, right? Right. Okay, so then we just need to tell it that that's the recipe. Ooh, do we have pistons encoded into this machine? We do. So we get a piston. And what else do we need for that power module? Let's take a look, shall we? And then we just need those gears. So let's get those put into our crafting system. There we go. Well, let's see. Oops. And we need four of them. Okay, so let's encode that pattern. And it's pretty simple encoding. So let me talk to you a bit about bees. So bees are very powerful. The problem with bees is that while they are very powerful, and you can basically generate almost any ingredient or any item with them, the problem you end up running into very quickly is that bee breeding is essentially a matter of chance, okay? So because it's essentially a matter of chance, it's very difficult to actually do it for YouTube because it ends up taking a lot of time. And it's a lot of me sitting off camera, repeatedly, breeding bees and doing this and that and just on and on and on. And it's a little bit difficult, okay? So it requires a lot of off-camera time that I just don't have because, as most of you know, I'm a fairly busy person. All right, so now we have that looking at the mutatron. So because I am an incredibly busy person, do we just want to go to the, let's go over the basic mutatron first. So we're going to need some bee receptacles right off the bat. All right, so for the mutatron, we need 3 of them. Okay. Really? So that means we're going to need 6 gold plates. Great. So, right, as I was saying, what I ended up, it ends up being just way too difficult for me to actually do it in a timely manner. And certainly in a way that will produce content for YouTube in anything approaching, decent speed. All right, so let's do this. Let's jump downstairs. This is not going to be the final resting place for these. Honestly, I'm just kind of sticking these here because I need a power connection. So let's see. Power conduit. All right, we don't have a lot of them, which is another reason why I'm kind of nervous about this here. Actually, what we could just stick them right down here for right now. All right, so let's put the mutagen producer right there. And he's going to start charging. Notice how much power he has. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. All right, so let's see what's going on upstairs. Also, you think I have enough obsidian at this point? All right, so if we look in here, we should see for the... Right, we're back over here. Come on, one more. There you go. Good computer. Okay. So, as I was saying, bees are it just makes bees incredibly difficult to use in a YouTube series. Now, thankfully, Gendustry makes that a lot easier for us, all right? Because what Gendustry does is it allows us to force the mutations at a cost of a lot of power, mind you. And as part of forcing those mutations, glass panes, and what that lets us do essentially is really speed up how much time it takes me to do this off camera. By which I'm, in terms of time it takes for me to do this off camera, what I really mean is it prevents me from going absolutely bonkers. Because trust me, that's basically what would end up happening if I had to do this manually. And I need 1 power module. I need a genetics processor 2. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that. Okay. So we're going to need to get a pulsating chipset. All right. Well, that's doable. All right. So we're going to have to do something different then. Okay. So what we're going to need to do is make ourselves a laser assembly system courtesy of Buildcraft. So let's get 3 lasers. All right. And then let's get the assembly table. Yeah, it's still the same recipe. Okay. What's the diamond gear from? Oh, we're so not making that. I'm sorry. Okay, so we'll do it this way. All right, let's get some wood. And let's get that turned into sticks, shall we? That was a surprise and a half. I'm like, oh, this should be fairly simple. Nope, I forgot. All right, so our wood gear is going to become an iron gear. Oh, I'm sorry, it's going to become a stone gear first. See, that's how long it's been since I've actually done anything with Buildcraft. Then it's going to become an iron gear. Is it stainless? And then it's going to become a gold gear. If you're getting the sense that this is a little expensive. And then it's going to get a diamond gear. I'm going to need to go mining today. Okay, so we got our diamond gear, and now let's look at the assembly table. Clicky, clicky. Time for some logic. It is logical, Captain. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist it. I really just couldn't resist that. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll plant our assembly table down, right down here, I guess, for right now. All right. And then we'll go like that, like that, like that. And then we're going to need to go like this, like this, like this. And for right now, Oops. Put that back right in there. Okay, perfect. So now we just take the rest of our energy conduits. We'll put them up like that, all right? And we'll fix this up later. I'll fix this off camera. And we'll put this stuff in like that. Perfect. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to get ourselves... Oh, I don't know if I have any ender pearls. I don't. All right, so I'm going to need to come back in a few minutes. I'll be right back, guys. All right, we're back, guys. So the last thing we need to do, and I wanted to show this to you guys, is use this assemblies table. So we already made some more pulsating chipsets. Now, if I chuck them in here, and I select the genetics processor, it's going to just start running, okay? And the power is going to go in, requires a certain amount of power transfer. Each one of these transfers a certain amount of RF per tick in, and it works perfectly. Okay, so let's take a look at the mutatron, all right? So the basic mutatron, which is crafted like this if I remember to grab the components I need, which is always handy, goes in like this. But we're not going to stop with the basic mutatron because there's an advanced version. Now the advanced version allows you to select, and I need 2 more genetics processors, which I'm cooking up right now. The advanced version allows you to actually select. Wait, what? Huh? Nah? There it is. Allows you to select what type of bee you want to get out of the other end. But it requires a liquid. So you can see the power is filling up, but this says it's empty. That's because it requires a specific fluid to make it work right, okay? And that fluid is mutagen. Awesome, right? Right. So if we look at recipes, we can see redstone gives us not a lot. Glowstone gives us more. Uranium gives us a decent amount. Blocks of redstone give us a decent amount. And yeah, some glowstone gives us a decent amount too. So I'm thinking, let's see how much glowstone we got in here. We can sacrifice a stack of glowstone. Now, this is going to put a lot of drain on my power network right off the bat, all right? You can see it's eating a lot of power, and of course we only have it connected to these energy conduits, so it can only get 640 RF per tick. So eventually it's going to slow down by quite a significant amount. While that's going, let's take a look at another item from Gendustry, the industrial apiary, okay? Crafted like so. Ta-da! The industrial apiary is actually a pretty darn cool machine, if I do say so myself. And I will, because it is. We need to find a place to stick it that's kind of outside-ish, and I don't have many of those that are actually hooked up to power right now. So that's a problem. That is a problem, isn't it? I'm going to have to build a bee facility, which I think is probably going to get stuck right here, I'm thinking. It's either going to get stuck right here or out back, or maybe off to the left over here. Yeah, I'm thinking off to this side over here would be a good idea. Well, hold on. Let's see. We're in swampland. Yeah, plains biome. So we want to be kind of in a plains biome zone. Yeah, probably like back... Maybe right here, actually. Okay, this would probably work. How many conduits do I have? Not a lot, but we can make this work. Okay. Hold on. Let's just stick these in the ground here. The thing is, I know I have a power conduit back here somewhere. Yo, game, stop that. I know, in fact, right there. Haha. See, I knew I had a power conduit back here. There are advantages to having base bits in weird places every now and then. Good, okay. Now this is going to be temporary. I'll probably move this in a few minutes off camera. But this is as decent place as any to stick this. And we're out of power conduits. Great. Doesn't matter. So let's put down our industrial apiaries. We'll put down 2 for just right now. So if you notice, these things require power, and they have slots for upgrades, okay? Apiaries with upgrades? You bet apiaries with upgrades. Ooh, we got quite a lot of wool. You bet they're apiaries with upgrades. So what we can do is we can look at Gendustry again. Ignore all the samples. We'll probably get to that in the next episode. We can look at the upgrades over here. Nice, huh? Yeah. I like these. I like these a lot. The first one we're going to want to get are these automation upgrades, okay? And we're going to need these blank upgrade bits to do it, okay? So we're going to get ourselves 4 automation upgrades. And let's also get our bees, a couple of our bees out of here. I also have a beealizer that I made off camera. Beealizer, there we go. And let's grab, oh, we have some nobles. All right, so let's get our Meadows Princess and our Meadows Drone. They stack, so that's good. Nobles. Let's get a Forest Princess out of there. Good. No, I didn't want to take... That's a drone. Okay, good. Whew. So, as I've explained before, just place these in here. Meadows, Meadows. Okay, we're good. And this is a Forest Meadows. Ooh. Yeah, that's not good. All right, so let's plop you in here. Let's check out this Forest drone then. Forest. That's good. Okay. Now let's go back inside and take a look at our machinery. We're also going to need something called labware. Okay. And I know I'm hopping between the mutatron and my other machines, but that's okay. So let's jump down here, and let's take a look first at the mutatron. Now, hopefully we have enough mutagens stored up in this thing. We got enough, let's say. Yeah, we need 1,000. So we're going to put our Meadows Princess in here and our Forest Drone down here. And now we can select what type of bee we want. It's giving me 2 commons. I don't know why it's giving me 2 common choices there, but that's fine. But we're also going to need some labware, okay? And the labware is pretty easy to make. Let's just get 32 of it. And now let's select that we want the common drone. And that's going to run. And this thing's going to run slowly but surely and get us some more mutagen. So now we have a common queen. Nice. Now, let's take a look at these upgrades again. Everyone has upgrades nowadays. So we're going to need some of these upgrade frames. And we're going to need to get some gold. Let's just do this now. There we go. Almost a stack there. And let's go back to upgrade. There we go. And automation upgrade, blank upgrade frame. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. Those are all the upgrades we're going to need. So the first ones we're going to want to get our automation upgrades. So we're going to need 4 gears and 4 pistons. It's not hard. There we go. And there. Of course. Sounds like this is stopped, however, which is good, because otherwise I'd be a little bit irritated. Let's open this guy up. We got some more bronze. How are you doing? Oh, you're out again. Okay. And let's drop down to here. There we go. So now if we look back at the upgrades, we should see we can make ourselves some automation upgrades. If I can find it in here somewhere. There we go, automation upgrades. These upgrades are nice. What they do is they allow us, basically they say, without any huge complex machinery, they say, okay, the bees are automatically going to cycle. All right, the bees are just going to go. It doesn't matter. I'll automatically take the princess back and the drone back and put it back in to run another time. All right. The next upgrade we're going to want is this upgrade, the seal upgrade. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, they can run when it's raining. You know how bees can't run when it's raining? Well, with the seal upgrade, they can. And the last one we're going to want is the light upgrade. Okay. What the light upgrade allows us them to do is run at night. Awesome, right? Right. So I really like these upgrades because they allow me to very easily and simply automate my bees. And Gendustry being Gendustry, it's very easy for me to automate other stuff too. 4. Put him in and put one of these in. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Oh, no flowers. Okay. Yeah, I understand. I understand, game. I need to have some flowers. Poppies should do the trick. Poppies. I'm sorry, I have Wizard of Oz flashbacks every time I hear the word poppy. Which was probably what they wanted me to do. And I think Witchery makes a couple jokes about that, to be honest with you. I need to clean up the second level of my house, too. That needs to be a thing. So we'll shove that down there. And this has now turned on. Now this is going to run Even if it's nighttime or daytime, it's not going to matter. This is going to run. However, I'm going to take the automation upgrade out. Commons are good. Commons are okay. But if I look at my uses for common drones, for common queens, I can get cultivated using another forest drone, using some more mutagen. All right? Cultivated is what I want. Fast worker, flowers, etc. Nice. And I just need a forest drone, which, if you notice, I have. Or I have a meadows drone. But it'll still work. So basically, as you can tell, what I want is for this bee to die off. All right? I don't want it to keep going. I want it to die off. Right. Now, let's look at the nobles over here. Come on. Over here. Now, with noble drones, I can progress up the line as well. All right, so let's take a look over here. Nobles. Noble princess and noble drone. So let's take a look at this. All right. This lets me get to imperials. Okay. So noble plus cultivated gives me majestic, and then noble plus majestic gives me imperial. All right. And I can also get Myri, but I'm not really interested in that. So imperial queens are really good because this will let me get royal jelly. I think, do the nobles give me royal jelly as well? Dripping. Honeydew. Okay. No, they don't get me royal jelly. So we're going to want to go up another level with these. All right. And we're also going to want to hit these with the beelizer. Okay. Noble, noble. Noble, noble. Okay. We're good there. All right. So we're going to throw this into the genetic machine thingamadingy, into the auto machine. And we're going to actually just let these run for a couple of levels because we need to get to cultivated before we can get up to majestic and imperial. And I want to have a nice reserve of some other bee traits going on before I get there. So if we run up to here, you can see, hey, it's actually generating light. So we're going to put the noble in. We're going to put the noble in. And if you notice, when it starts to try and run, it's going to say, I can't run. Not bright enough, not daytime. Well, if I put that in, it'll now run. Ta-da! So it doesn't matter that it's nighttime. It's going to run. It doesn't care. It just does not care. All right, so let me get inside and let me come back in a few minutes once we've made a little bit more progress with this, with the bees, I think. Well, come back on camera, and we can mutate up to the cultivated drone before we actually, sign off for the episode, and I start preparing to show you some more advanced bee genetics. Yeah. Now, mind you, Gendustry eats power. It absolutely chews through power. That's just how Gendustry works. All right. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that I'm actually running all of my steam plants down there. I would not be surprised in the least to see that. But anyways, guys, so this has been Mr. Kasarian. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm going to spend the rest of my time getting myself some more bronze, because there are a lot more machines in Gendustry, and we're going to need a lot more bronze to do what we want to do here. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a good day. And as always, happy mining. Alright guys, I'm not certain why I did my sign off there, but I wasn't supposed to. So now that we have ourselves some common princesses and common drones, we can run back inside and actually mutate these into our cultivated bees. Nice. And actually as part of that, we're going to take out the automation upgrade here. Okay? So now we can actually get ourselves some of the higher tier production bees that we want to get. All right. We can get ourselves some of them now. Don't mind me. It's a little early for me. So we can throw our common in and our meadows drone, and we can get ourselves a cultivated bee. All right. Come on, cultivated. Cultivated queen. All right. And remember, these pop out as cultivated queens. Isn't this much easier than doing this a billion times manually? I know, right? Now, mind you, if you have a lot of time on your hands, I think bee breeding could probably be a bit of a useful time sink. But here, it's a little easier. So we can drop our cultivated queen in there. And we can let that run. Okay? So what's going to happen is that bee is going to die off. This bee will die off eventually. The noble. And we can actually get a noble princess from over here, all right? So once we get ourselves some cultivated drones, we can drop the cultivated drone in with our noble princess over here somewhere and get ourselves a majestic bee. Run the majestic bee and then get ourselves an imperial bee. And the reason we're doing this is, let's look at this. Imperial. Actually, let's look at this. This is the gene sample. Not gem. Gene. Blank gene sample. Okay? So that's just tin, redstone, and redstone, which we'll be getting next episode. But we also want a genetic template. All right? Oh, did they remove that? They did. So what am I looking for royal jelly for? Hold on. Oh, right, the production upgrades. Right, we want those. Production upgrades boost the productivity of the bees, but they also boost, as with all of these, the energy requirements needed. So we got some noble drones, we got some of those. Come on. Interesting. I thought I had some more nobles running around somewhere. Huh. I had some more nobles around here somewhere. Apparently I don't. Slippery drones. What the heck are those used for? Dripping, stringy, honey, slippery comb. Oh! Oh, 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 oh. A meadows and a cultivated gets me a slippery queen. Interesting. And then the slippery queen looks like to be an N tier. Interesting. I didn't even know this existed. Okay, thank you, Rika. Okay. I didn't even know this existed. Okay. Alright, I like this. I like this a lot, actually. Slippery drones. Interesting. We need to get more of these. Get a lot more of those. Slippery drones are apparently from Rotary Craft, and I didn't even know Rika added them as a way to get ourselves canola or lubricant. Interesting. Okay, so we'll have to do that then. All right. Yet another thing you can produce with bees. Now, what I also want to look up here is if we can get, not zinc. One mod calls it ferrous, but it's really nickel. Nickel. All right, let's see if we can get nickel from bees. Alright, hold on. Nickel, nickel, nickel. Nickel dust. Tiny piles. It's not looking like it. Yeah, so iron ore gives it to me. Garnerite gives it to me. Garnierite. What is it? Iron, platinum, limonite, yellow limonite, garnierite is my primary source by the looks of it. Yeah, so it's garnierite. Okay, well, I have to find some garnierite eventually. I've been having constant nickel issues. I just wanted to see if the bees could help me. All right, so we got nobles, nice, and dripping combs. And now, once this guy finishes, and we make some space in our inventory, geez, bees can be kind of a inventory sink on the best of days. So let's get some stuff out of our inventory that we don't need off the top of my head. There we go. Let's run back outside and take another quick look. There we go. Okay, so the cultivated goes back in, cultivated goes back in. We can actually stick the automation upgrade back in here. All right. And then we can get ourselves noble plus cultivated. Gets us a majestic. And then a majestic plus a noble gets us an imperial. Okay? So let's run down here. Let's see if this thing now has enough mutagens stored up. Yes, it does. So we get ourselves cultivated, and noble gets me a majestic. See how quickly this runs? Isn't this great? Majestic. And Majestic, if we look up the uses, bee products gets me a dripping comb. All right, but the Imperial gets me royal jelly, which we're going to need in abundance for productivity upgrades. All right, so I can come back up here. And actually, I think there's one more upgrade. Let me see what the lifespan upgrade looks like. Yeah, okay, so I can't get that. All right, I need mushrooms and stuff. The lifespan upgrade makes these guys die off faster, which is going to be a huge benefit to us. All right, so over here, I can then just put my Majestic Queen in. When the Majestic Queen dies off, we'll be all set. Okay, so in between this episode and next, what I'm going to go do is I'm going to actually build up a bee lab over here somewhere. And I'm going to have to make sure it stays in the plains biome. Now, one of the nice things about Gendustry is it does allow you to play with biomes. If we look at upgrades, you can see that we have these plains emulation upgrades, flowering upgrades, all of this sort of information over here. Okay? So what that lets us do is basically desert emulation, or we can cool them naturally, which use less power, but aren't as sort of drop and play. So I could say, okay, I need to make it a little cooler, I can make it a little bit warmer to fit, or I could just drop in a desert emulation upgrade. Sort of depending on how close you are. So you can go to plains, desert, etc., 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 which I think is pretty cool. Now, the other thing I need, what is it called? Apiarist's Chest. Last thing I do, I swear. Okay, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 combs. All right, well, I can probably do that. Let me go outside. The Apiarist Chest is Apiarist Chest is a quick and easy way to store bees. Okay, that's all it does. It's just a quick and easy way to store some bees. All right. It has essentially an unlimited inventory for bees that we can store essentially any way we want. Okay, and it allows basic sorting, etc. Really, what it deals with is the fact that you have a billion different types of drones running around. So let's go Apiarist's Chest. Clicky, clicky. Let's see if I have any... oh, gosh. What are they called? Really, I'm making a chest, and I can't remember the word for a chest. All right, let's make a chest. Chest. And then do I have any glass laying around? Apparently I don't. How am I always running out of glass in this game? It's kind of irritating, actually. I'm like, what? All right, so alloy smelter. Let's throw some of that in there. We have some more sand here. I guess we'll just chuck it back through the processor and wait for the glass to pop out. Oh, good. Conduit binder. This month. Come on. Come on. Give me what I want. There we go. All right, so what we're going to do with the Apiarist chest is we're just going to throw it down somewhere just to store some of our bees that we get. So Apiarist chest. Beautiful. All right. Let's get outside and actually, do this for real. Now, the nice thing about Gendustry is Gendustry also has stuff called imprinters and synthesizers, which we will be getting into in the next episode. What these let you do is... Oh, what's a good way of saying this? What you can do with these is basically... So if I put these in here, you can see they're getting stored. And I have 5 pages to work with. So I really shouldn't have to worry about this much in the future at all. You can see I have unknown genomes. I'm going to have to sort these through, but I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So we're almost done with our cultivated over here. That's good. We're just going to let this cultivated run and run and run. Cultivated is basically, it's not quite the end of the line, but it's not used in its own line any further. You can see Unwary, Sinister, Derpius. The heck does that produce? Stringy comb. Interesting. Okay, so stringy combs generate propolis, which is actually pretty useful. Yeah, stringy combs are incredibly useful things to have laying around for a bunch of reasons. Because propolis is used partially by Buildcraft as sort of a sorting system, which we might end up doing something with. I'm thinking about it. I'm not certain if I want to do it, but I'm thinking about it. Quite strenuously, in fact. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I do with this sorting system with the bees. I need to think about it off camera a little bit. I don't know yet. But we can, I know we can use... Do I have an actual centrifuge laying around somewhere? No, but I do in my production facility. Okay, right in the factory, because we can use a GregTech. GregTech centrifuges are also coded to use forestry recipes, so we can use the centrifuge I have laying around over here too. So, centrifuge. See? Basic centrifuge. Chuck those in. And we'll get ourselves some honeycombs and whatever else it is. What is it? Well, it's outputting before I can even look at it, but whatever. Oh, it's being pulled out and sent into there. Okay. All right. Anyways, guys, this has been Mr. Kasarian. I want to thank you all for watching. As always, it has been fun. I have sincerely enjoyed it. I always do enjoy making these videos for you. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode when we do some more work with Gendustry. So that'll be Gendustry Part 2. Until then, guys, this has been Mr. Kasarian. Want to thank you all for watching. And yeah, if you like this comment, like this video, give me a like, comment, subscription. Let me know you enjoyed what I do. Let me know why you enjoyed it, or let me know what you think I can improve. Anyways, guys, see you in the next episode. As always, happy mining.